What an insane week it's been in the trenches, especially for AI meme coins, as the trend does not seem to be slowing down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another end of the week Crypto Gorilla video. Today we're going to take a look at meme coins, at gaming, at NFTs, and the overall markets headed into November. As usual, I'm not a financial advisor. Hit that subscribe button and let's dive right into it. So the crypto markets continue to perform relatively well, other than a slight dip we had a couple of days ago where Bitcoin went as low as 65,000. However, it recovered in less than half a day, and we are currently sitting above 68,000. Now, of course, we have the US elections less than 2 weeks away, and President Trump is currently in the lead by a lot on Polymarket, which does tend to make us more bullish, and people are potentially front running a Trump victory. Although it is worth noting that the people betting on Polymarket are crypto people, so we might be bag bias here and just trying to pump our own bags. But during this mini crash, if we could even call it that, there is one token that stood out amongst the rest, and that token was Solana. You can see here that it is up 18% in the last 7 days compared to a lot of the other majors that are either flat or down. And if we look at the SOL chart, it pretty much ignored any dip in the market and was just steadily moving up with the highest prices we've seen since the summer. Now, along with Solana ripping, we saw a ton of SOL memes perform really well, like Popcat as well as Mew, which reached 1 billion in market cap for the first time ever. So with meme coins continuing to be the main character of the cycle, and most people trading meme coins on Pump Fund, so on Solana, Solana continues to perform incredibly well. And all over the timeline, I'm seeing people cope that they're still holding ETH and they should have made the trade into Solana a long time ago. Now, we also got our first ever Pump Fund futures listings on Binance, and that token is, of course, GOAT, which is a meme coin made by an AI agent under the account name Terminal of Truth. And this AI agent decided, hey, I'm going to launch my own meme coin. A bunch of people bought into it. A lot of people questioned it, myself included. I did not feel this was a real AI, but it just goes to show you, you just need to turn your brain off and trade and not overthink this stuff. But what really made it take off is when Mark Andreessen sent the AI $50,000 in a donation in Bitcoin to free the AI, which gave it its first leg up. It did have a pretty nasty correction when the bot tweeted a relatively simple spelling mistake. However, the Andreessen Horowitz YouTube account released a podcast, and the price from there went absolutely ballistic, currently sitting at roughly 700 million market cap, hitting an all-time high of 900 million with the Binance futures announcement. This one really sucked for me. I got in sub 4 million market cap with $1,400, which would be worth something like $400,000 if I held. I wouldn't have held this long, but still I could have made a ton of money off of this. But one account that did make a ton of money is the Truth Terminal wallet, because this AI is an 8-figure millionaire. As you can see in their wallet, they have 3 million of this Scoop coin. They have 2.7 million of the GOAT token and a few million in a couple of other tokens as well. And this really just spawned a new meta, similar to the Moodang meta we had with that cute hippo that spawned everybody buying a ton of baby zoo animals, and people were calling up zoos asking when the next baby animal is going to be born, what its name is going to be. Here we had a ton of people, or AI agents, people behind Twitter accounts pretending to be AI agents, launching their own AI tokens. And some of the runners that we had, there were many, but just some of the ones that performed really well were GNON or GNON. I don't know how to pronounce this one. It ran all the way to 150 mil before crashing. It's currently sitting at roughly 20 million market cap. We had FARTCOIN. Yes, FARTCOIN run all the way up to 80 million. And like I said, a ton others. I'm not going to name them all, but this meta does not seem to be dying anytime soon. It only seems to be growing, especially since it is connected with AI, which is not only one of the narratives people are predicting to be one of the main narratives of the cycle, meme coins, AI, and gaming, but it's also a very huge narrative outside of Web3. Everybody's talking about AI. There's a ton of companies doing amazing things using AI. So this managed to catch the attention of not just Web3, but a ton of developers. Now, like I said, this meta is not slowing down. Just last night, we had this GPT2 account, which is followed by the actual ChatGPT X account, which could totally be a mistake, or maybe somebody purchased an account that's followed by ChatGPT and tried to rig this. But anyways, the ChatGPT2 account launched its own pump fund token, which started getting engagement from an account that people believe is Sam Altman's Alt X profile. And it started to run. Then it started pushing this narrative that it's the GOAT killer, GOAT being the AI token that started all of this. And it ripped to 45 million before getting fudded by Jing Tao and nuking to 13 million. And it's just been ranging up and down since then with different events happening. Now, at the time of filming this, it is currently at 12 million. There is some engagement between the OpenAI account and Sam Altman, which the Sam Altman alt account, hard to say that one, is engaging with. We'll see if anything comes from this. By the time you watch this video in the morning, either this thing is going to have nuked or it's going to be to the moon. Gorilla from the future here, we have an update. As you can see, Sam Altman's alt account is indeed not Sam Altman. Here he says, "Do you really think Sam would back some coin? Y'all have no chill. Tokens going straight to zero. See you guys in the trenches." Back to the video. The point is that especially during these hyped times, especially when there is a meta that starts, so not just something that lasts a day or two, something that lasts for minimum 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, there are going to be a ton of runners. We are seeing so many meme coins run to 10, 20, 50 million market cap, and there is so much money to be made if you can learn this and trade properly without getting wrecked. It's obviously not easy, but there is so much opportunity in the current market. But it is not always sunshine and rainbows, especially in the world of meme coins. As we had the SHARPIE token launch, it got shilled by a bunch of KOLs. It ran all the way to 60 million market cap in less than 1 hour. And as you can see by this giant red candle here, the dev nuked it in one clip. They sold something like $3.3 million, rugging the token and getting a lot of people upset, especially with all the KOLs that were shilling it. Look, when KOLs shill this stuff and you own the coin, you're happy. When they shill something, the coin rugs, which is outside of their control, you're pissed off at them. But the only person you should be upset with is yourself because you bought it. Now, I did see Zach XBT post a pitch deck showing a bunch of KOLs. A lot of people were giving these KOLs a hard time. And even though some of these guys do shill a ton of tokens, they probably do undisclosed paid calls. Just because they're in a pitch deck here doesn't mean they were involved. A ton of them never shilled this token. And really anybody can make a pitch deck. I can make a pitch deck with your Twitter profile picture in it. It doesn't mean you're actually involved in the token. Now, we also saw the launch of Ape Chain, and ApeCoin did quite well. It pulled a 2x in a single day. Bored Apes ran all the way to 14 ETH. And we did see some meme coins being launched on Ape Chain. We had a few runners. They went to a few million. Nothing crazy, but still money to be made nonetheless. I personally did not really look into this. I didn't even trade on Ape Chain. I don't even own any ape since I sold my mutant ape maybe 2 years ago. And at the moment, it does feel like the hype was short-lived, especially with all the attention that the AI meme coin sector is getting. Moving into the world of gaming, Call of Duty 6 was released in early access yesterday, so on Thursday, and the full game is going live today. And although it's not a Web3 game, it is going to be interesting to see the effect it has on off the grid, on the amount of people streaming and watching players stream, on the transactions, as well as the hexes being decoded. Because at the end of the day, even though it's a Web3 game, it's competing in the world of gaming. There is no block for Web3 games. It's just a game, and you want to succeed on a global scale. Now, at the time of filming this video, we do have the data here for today, October 24th, and it doesn't seem like there was a slowdown at all in the number of transactions that are happening, nor with the amount of hexes that are being decoded. If anything, there's more hexes that were decoded today than over the last few days. However, the numbers that did suffer from this are the amount of people streaming, as well as the amount of people watching streams. As you can see, there's really not that many viewers watching off the grid, whereas all the streamers were doing their campaigns. There were over 100,000 people watching Off the Grid, versus if we go check Call of Duty 6, you're going to see there are hundreds of thousands of people watching streamers play, and there are plenty of streamers, including all the major streamers that were playing this game today, which makes perfect sense. A lot of these guys built their careers playing Call of Duty. They built their brand and audience playing Call of Duty, and it's a brand new game. Everybody's going to want to go watch what's new and what's hot. So they're not going to risk not capturing that audience, especially since they built their audiences there. So I think the real test will be over the next week or two after people have gotten their fix of the new Call of Duty to see if they turn their attention back to Off the Grid or not. Now, Off the Grid did announce at the AVAX Summit that they are going to have an upcoming Off the Grid content pack dropping on November 1st that will, quote, set Twitter on fire. So perhaps that is going to bring a ton of eyes back to this game, as well as headlines. Continuing in the gaming sector, we have the season 2 of Super Champs, which just kicked off this week. Yes, I will be grinding it daily. I have already started. I have not missed a single day. I still hold my 21 NFTs, so I have a multiplier. So just financially, it makes sense for me to put 30 minutes to an hour every day playing this game. And I also really enjoy their games. They are both very fun. I normally don't play mobile games, but I enjoy these. And looking at their NFT floor, I might have to pick some up here. The floor is quite thin. I'm not telling you to go buy them. I'm saying I might go buy some for a couple of reasons. One, I think people don't realize that you will get not only the multiplier, but you will get a bonus just for holding the NFTs in season 2, but also everybody who maybe got fudded out or impatient or whatever, they thought a snapshot was taken and they sold their NFTs and they spent all that time grinding the games, they're going to be able to buy their NFTs back and secure that airdrop. And when they do, I don't want them getting it at a cheaper price. So I might just pick some of these up just to put up a little wall here, but also because it's going to increase my multiplier. So if the price goes up, great. If it doesn't, I still get a nice airdrop because of all the time I'm investing into their game. Now, I know that the TGE for Super Champs has been a hot topic. A lot of people want them to just launch regardless of market conditions, regardless of whether or not they have any good exchange locked down or any exchange at all, which funny enough is actually showing itself to be a decent strategy. We just had the second gaming token launch with 0 exchanges. They launched only through DEXs, with Seedify launching their SWORLD token, and it performed quite well. If we take a look at the chart here, you could see it opened up roughly, I want to say 50 something million fully diluted market cap, and it currently sits at 91 million, so up 56%. If you bought this token when it launched, I know it also did well for community investors, people who went into the pre-sale. I think they're up something like 4 or 5x at the moment. And I did see a lot of people comparing it to XBG or XBorg, which I don't know if that was part of their marketing campaign, like compare it to XBG, because literally everybody was saying it, but they also did a DEX only launch, and they did 100% unlocks for their investors, and their token as well has been performing incredibly well, up from roughly 7 cents at the beginning of the month, and it's currently at 28 cents. It went as high as, I believe, 35 cents, but it's up 253% over the month. Yes, we did get Becker tweeting about them, and I believe he spoke about them in a video, so that definitely helped the price, but the token is crushing it nonetheless. So maybe this is going to be the viable strategy for a lot of games, unless obviously if you have a game that can hit Binance, launch through Binance, but if not, maybe we're going to see more and more games launch without any exchanges. Similar to Memecoins, they just launch with DEXs, and then the price is lower, people can buy in, you could build your community, and then they start getting exchanges, and they use the exchange listings as bullish announcements. But bringing our attention back to SWORLD, it is interesting now because SeedWorld has 2 tokens that they have to manage. They have their SWORLD, which is going to be for their game, their metaverse, which isn't out yet, and then they have SFund, which is their established launchpad, which people have been using for a very long time, and they are relatively close in fully diluted market cap, with SFund being at 130 and SWORLD at 91. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle these 2 tokens and how the prices move together, if at all. Now, last week on the 16th, we also saw the launch of Riftstorm for their alpha game version in the Steam store, and this campaign lasts until October 30th. Now, if you want your game to do well, it's going to need to perform outside of our web Web3 bubble. And thankfully for this game, it does seem to be the case, as it was trending #1 free game on Steam for multiple days in a row. And the game actually looks really good. I did play just the tutorial. However, I might, maybe over the weekend, I'll do a stream of the actual game. I saw there's like some 5-hour clips out there, so it does seem to be a decent amount of game. I think you could do co-op, so maybe I'll jump in with Hustle or one of the homies and test this game out. They also have an NFT, so by the time you watch this video, you still have 5 days to join the campaign. Maybe you can earn yourself whitelist or something. Like I said, I think there's 5 hours of gameplay. I could be wrong on that, but that's what I saw in Steam. So 5 hours, maybe you get yourself a whitelist and you have fun playing the game at the same time. Finally, in the world of NFTs, L3E7 finally had their PFP mint. It was a raffle for 0.1. You deposit it and see if you won. If not, you get your money back. If you won, you get the NFT, of course. There was also a guaranteed round, and the team took the mint funds, or 80% of the mint funds, and they put it into the floor, or into the bids, excuse me. So if we check here, you could see there's 2,080 bids, or 208 ETH into the floor, protecting it at the mint price. So if the floor falls down, you have bids here where you can get your money back from the team. So this is actually a really smart idea from them, and the price has been doing pretty well, especially considering it's a 5K collection that minted for 0.1, so it is expensive for this market, but the floor price is currently sitting at 0.18. It did manage to make it roughly to 0.2. However, the listings on this thing come in very fast. If you guys want the floor to go up, you got to stop listing, okay? But as you know, I have been holding this project, their Gen 1, for a very long time. They took 20% of the mint funds and airdropped it to the Gen 1 holders, as well as a free NFT. So I received 0.11 as well as a free NFT. So my other two that I minted, I am holding for absolutely free. So I'm probably going to hold this one at least into reveal and try to hit a rare. You know, it's 2021 vibes, baby. We're going for rare reveals. But maybe there's hope for us yet, as this gaming NFT that was not a free mint, larger supply, did quite well. But that's it for this video. That's it for the NFT segment of this video. I know it was short. I know you guys want more NFT content. Maybe I'll try to do a whitelist video next week if I could find enough bullish whitelists, right? If the money's not there, like, I can't make these things come out of midair. All the attention has been on meme coins, and I do think that's the greater opportunity this cycle. So if you're going to invest time anywhere, it should be in meme coins. Yes, you can get absolutely wrecked, whereas with NFTs or whitelists, it's typically safe. Not fully safe, but typically safe. But overall, it does kind of feel like a waste of time, especially when you're seeing all over the timeline people post just crazy P&Ls. They're making 100, 200, 300K a day. Obviously, they're not showing you their losses. A lot of people are taking losses that they're not telling you. But again, I do feel a lot of opportunity lies either within meme coins or maybe for me working with different games or stuff like that. So I'm trying to branch out. I'm trying to figure out what I can do with my channel while not changing it too much, because I also want to, you know, make $50 million this cycle if I can. And if I'm going to do that only through meme coins, that's where I want to put more of my attention. But I know when you make more meme coin content, especially since I'm an NFT focused YouTuber, some people aren't going to like that. But if I make 50 mil, I could probably live with that. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel reach a wider audience. If you haven't already done so, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching the Crypto Gorilla. Peace.